There's someone in your life right now who genuinely believes you're secretly in love with them. And the wildest part, you have absolutely no idea just how deep this delusion runs. This person has constructed an entire fantasy relationship in their mind where you're the one pining, waiting, hoping they'll finally make a move. The Sun card is blazing in this reading, and it's showing me someone whose ego has completely taken over their perception of reality. They think they're the center of your universe. They believe every glance, every conversation, every moment of kindness you've shown them is proof that you're obsessed. And sweetheart, they're about to do something bold that's going to shock you. This masculine energy sees you looking at them during conversations and thinks, yeah, I can see it in her eyes. She's so into me. They're watching the way you interact with them, and in their mind they're creating this whole narrative where you're trying to hide your feelings but failing miserably. The Five of Swords is here, and it's revealing something crucial about their psychology. This person doesn't just think you like them, they think you're competing for their attention. If they're dating someone else or hanging around other people, they genuinely believe you're in the background, jealous, upset, secretly crying over them. When you tell them their new partner seems nice, they think you're covering up your heartbreak. When you say you're happy for them, they think you're lying to protect your pride. Here's what makes this situation so intense. The King of Cups is showing me this is someone emotionally sensitive, possibly a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But their sensitivity has twisted into something fragile and ego-driven. They need to believe you want them. It's not even really about you anymore. It's about their own need for validation and attention. This person has convinced themselves that there's a secret storyline between you two. One where you're madly in love but too shy or too proud to admit it. And listen, whether you've been close friends with this person, whether you've hooked up with them in the past, or whether you're just casual acquaintances, they've taken whatever connection exists and blown it up into something it's never been. The Lover's card is coming through, but not in the way they think. Yes, there's been some form of intimacy between you two. Maybe it's spiritual intimacy through deep conversations. Maybe it's friendship intimacy where you've shared personal things. For some of you, there's been physical intimacy in the past. But here's the critical difference. For you, that closeness was what it was. A friendship, a casual connection, maybe a hookup that didn't leave any deep emotional imprint. For them, they've turned it into a romance novel. They think every moment you shared was building towards something bigger. They believe you think about them constantly, that you watch their every move, that you're secretly devastated they're not yours. And here's where this gets really interesting. They're about to confront you about it. Hey beautiful souls, if you're already subscribed, thank you for being here. For anyone new, I'm Leo. I've been reading tarot and working with intuitive energy for years now. My goal is to bring you clarity on your divine love path while helping you stay empowered and never settle for less than you deserve. Now let's dive further, because this is where it gets intense. The Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords are both flying out of this deck, and they're telling me this person is about to initiate a serious conversation with you. This won't be your typical casual chat. This is going to be one of those, hey, can we talk? I need to discuss something important with you kind of conversations. They're going to suggest meeting up for coffee or sitting down somewhere private because they want to have what they consider an intimate, truth-revealing discussion. In their mind, this is the moment where both of you finally stop pretending and admit what's really going on between you. The Star card is here with the Five of Wands, and it's showing me their internal emotional state. Deep down, their hope of being with you feels blocked, but they're blaming you for that blockage. They think the only thing standing between them and this relationship they've imagined is your unwillingness to confess your feelings. They believe if you would just be honest, if you would just admit that they rocked your world or that you've been carrying a torch for them, everything would fall into place. So they're coming to you now with this whole let's put all our cards on the table energy. They want to sit you down and say, look, we both know what this is. We both know how we feel. Let's stop hiding from each other and make this real. The High Priestess with the Eight of Cups is revealing the truth they're trying to get you to confess. They think you've been walking away from your own feelings. They think you've been keeping secrets about how much you want them. They're convinced that you lie awake thinking about them, that you regret not taking things further, that you secretly wish they were your partner, and they're tired of what they perceive as game playing. In their mind, you're both dancing around this obvious truth, and they're ready to be the brave one who finally says it out loud. Here's what they're going to bring to this conversation. The Four of Cups and Seven of Cups show me they're tired of living in fantasy. They're going to tell you they're exhausted from just thinking about you, from wondering what could be, from replaying memories of your time together. They want to make it real. They're going to say things like, "Don't you get tired of just thinking about what we had? Don't you want to stop holding back and finally admit how you feel?" They genuinely believe you're suffering the same way they are, trapped in unspoken desire. With the Sun card energy blazing through again, they're going to come at you with confidence. They'll remind you of their good qualities. They'll point out how well you get along, how much you have in common, how they're exactly your type. If they're a water sign, they'll emphasize their emotional depth and caring nature. They'll frame themselves as the blueprint for what you're looking for in a partner. They'll say, "I know I'm what you want. I see how you look at me. I know the connection we have. Why are we wasting time pretending this isn't what we both want?" The Five of Wands shows they're ready to fight for this imagined love. They're prepared to put everything on the line, to be vulnerable, to take the risk, and in their mind they're being incredibly brave and romantic by doing this. They think they're giving you the opportunity of a lifetime. But here's what they don't know. You're about to shatter their entire fantasy. When they come to you with this conversation, when they lay out this whole speech about hidden feelings and secret love and finally being honest with each other, you're going to respond with the Queen of Swords energy. And sweetheart, the Queen of Swords does not play games. She is direct, clear, and cuts through delusion with surgical precision. You're going to look at this person and tell them the truth they're not ready to hear. You're going to acknowledge that yes, you've been close. Yes, maybe you've hooked up before, or shared intimate conversations. But you're going to make it crystal clear that they've completely misread the situation. You're going to tell them you're not hiding any feelings. You're not secretly in love with them. You're not sitting around wishing they were your partner. The friendship or casual connection you have is exactly what you want it to be, nothing more. You might even tell them they're not actually your type for anything serious. The Queen of Swords with the Five of Pentacles is showing me you're going to be brutally honest. You'll tell them that your communication style, your standards, your expectations in a real relationship are probably more than they can handle. You'll make it clear that just because you're friendly or you hooked up doesn't mean you fell for them or see a future there. The Hermit card shows you've been intentionally keeping your distance from anything deeper with this person. Not because you're scared or playing hard to get, but because you genuinely know they're not the right fit. You'll tell them they're reading way too much into casual interactions. The Page of Cups reveals you might even tell them they seem immature to you, like they're stuck in some teenage crush mentality, while you're operating on a completely different level of maturity and self-awareness. With the Empress energy coming through, you're gonna make it clear you're looking for something they can't provide. You want an Emperor, someone who matches your level of emotional intelligence, ambition, and depth. You're not interested in someone who creates fantasies about relationships that don't exist. You might tell them point blank that they're a friend, maybe someone you've had fun with, but they could never be your actual partner. The Eight of Wands shows you'll be clear that anything between you has been casual communication, surface-level fun, nothing that ever touched your heart in the way they're imagining. And then comes judgment. This is your final word, your definitive statement. You're going to tell them they've completely misunderstood who you are and what you want. You'll make it clear they've been projecting their own feelings onto you and seeing things that were never there. You'll be so direct that there's no room left for misinterpretation. This is you dropping the gavel and ending their delusion once and for all. Now how is he going to react to this truth bomb you just dropped on him? The Ace of Pentacles shows the immediate shock hitting him. He's going to realize very quickly that this conversation did not go the way he scripted it in his mind. With the Two of Pentacles, he's going to feel like you just revealed yourself to be someone completely different than who he thought you were. He's going to think you're being two-faced, like you were one person when things were chill between you and now suddenly you're this cold, harsh person calling him out. The Ten of Cups reveals he thought you were family, that you had this beautiful bond that was unshakable. Your rejection is going to hurt him deeply because in his mind he was giving you everything you wanted and you just threw it back in his face. The Page of Pentacles, with the Six of Wands, shows he expected this to be his winning moment. He thought he was offering you something valuable. He saw himself as the King of Pentacles in your life, someone stable and worthy. Your rejection is going to feel like a complete blindside. He's going to feel embarrassed, exposed, like you just humiliated him for having the courage to be honest about his feelings. He might even get defensive and try to flip it back on you, suggesting that you're actually the one who's obsessed and you're just too proud to admit it now. The Four of Swords shows his immediate reaction will be to retreat. He's going to want to get off the phone or leave the conversation as quickly as possible to avoid further humiliation. The Nine of Wands reveals he's hurt, genuinely wounded by your honesty. He might say something like, "You know what? I need to go clear my head. I didn't expect this from you. I thought you had more respect for me than this." He's going to act like you did something wrong by being honest, like you should have been gentler with his feelings even though he came at you with completely unfounded assumptions. The Chariot is showing me he's going to physically leave, probably literally get in his car and drive away, or hang up the phone abruptly. He's going to try to regain control of the situation by removing himself before you can say anything else. The Ten of Cups reversed with the Justice card shows he's going to feel like this was unfair, like you led him on somehow, and now you're acting like he's crazy for believing what he believed. He might even try to guilt trip you by saying, "I thought we were always going to be family. I didn't think you'd ever treat me like this." But here's what the Page of Swords at the end is revealing. After he retreats and licks his wounds, he's going to start gossiping or talking about the situation to other people. He might twist the narrative to make himself look like the victim and you look like the cold one who broke his heart. He'll probably tell people you led him on, that you were the one who was into him and now you're denying it out of pride. The Two of Cups reversed shows he's never going to fully accept your truth. In his mind, he'll keep believing there was something real between you and you're just too scared or too stubborn to embrace it. So where does this leave you? This entire situation started because someone felt entitled to your energy, entitled to your emotions, entitled to a relationship that never existed outside their imagination. You didn't create this problem. You didn't lead this person on. You were simply being yourself, being friendly or casual or whatever the dynamic was, and they built a castle in the sky based on their own projections and insecurities. Here's what you need to understand about people like this. Their fantasy about you has nothing to do with who you actually are, and everything to do with what they need to believe about themselves. They need to feel desired. They need to feel like they're someone's first choice, someone's secret obsession. So they create these stories where you're the one chasing them in your mind, even though your actions show something completely different. And when you finally confront them with reality, when you shatter that fantasy with your Queen of Swords truth, they can't handle it. Their ego can't absorb it. So they retreat, they rewrite history, they make you the villain. But you're not the villain in this story. You're the one with boundaries, with clarity, with self-respect. You're the one who refuses to play along with someone else's delusion just to protect their feelings. The Empress energy throughout this reading reminds you that you're operating from a place of maturity and self-worth. You know what you want, and more importantly, you know what you don't want. You're not interested in entertaining people who project their fantasies onto you instead of seeing you for who you really are. If this situation is happening to you right now or about to happen, here are the signs to watch for. You'll notice this person suddenly wanting to have deep conversations with you. They might text you late at night with "I've been thinking about us" energy. You'll see repeated angel numbers like 444 and 555, which represent major life changes and truth-telling moments. The 444 specifically is your angels telling you to stand firm in your boundaries. The 555 is confirming that speaking your truth, even when it's uncomfortable, is necessary for your growth and for clearing out energy that doesn't serve you. You might dream about confrontations or about cutting cords with people from your past. These dreams are preparing you energetically for the moment when you'll need to be direct. You'll feel a sudden surge of confidence when this conversation happens, like your higher self is channeling through you. That's the Queen of Swords energy activating. Don't second guess it. Don't soften your message to protect someone's ego when they didn't protect your peace by creating fantasies about you. The timing on this conversation is imminent. For most of you, this is happening within the next 2 to 3 weeks. The Page of Swords moves quickly, and this person is building up the courage right now to approach you. Some of you might have already had a weird conversation with them where they hinted at deeper feelings. That was the warm-up. The real conversation is coming soon. When it happens, you'll know exactly what to say because your truth is already clear within you. You're not confused about how you feel. You never have been. They're the ones living in confusion, and you're about to provide absolute clarity. After this conversation happens and after they retreat with their wounded ego, you might feel some guilt. You might wonder if you were too harsh. Let me tell you right now, you weren't. The Judgment card doesn't apologize for speaking truth. Someone needed to pop their bubble of delusion, and you were divinely appointed to do it. That guilt you feel, that's just your empathetic nature. But don't let it make you doubt yourself or reach back out to soften what you said. They needed to hear exactly what you told them, even if it hurt. Within a few weeks of this conversation, you're going to notice this person either completely pulling away from you or trying to come back with a different approach. Some of them will ghost you because they're too embarrassed to face you after being rejected so definitively. Others will try to re-engage like nothing happened, pretending the conversation never occurred because they still can't accept your truth. How you handle that is up to you. But the cards are advising you to maintain your boundaries. Don't give them an opening to start rebuilding fantasies. Here's the bigger spiritual lesson in all of this. The universe sent this situation to you as a test of your boundaries and your ability to speak your truth without wavering. Every time someone projects onto you, every time someone tries to write you into their story without your consent, you have an opportunity to practice self-advocacy. This masculine energy chose you to project onto because there's something about your energy that makes you seem accessible, kind, warm. Those are beautiful qualities, but they can also attract people who mistake kindness for romantic interest, who mistake warmth for invitation. Your job moving forward is to continue being authentically yourself while getting even clearer about your boundaries early on. When someone starts giving you energy that feels like they're reading too much into your interactions, address it immediately instead of hoping they'll figure it out. The Queen of Swords doesn't wait for misunderstandings to build into full-blown delusions. She clarifies in the moment. That's the energy you're being called to embody more fully. And let me be clear about something else. This person is going to be fine. Their ego is bruised, not broken. They're going to recover, probably by finding someone else to project their fantasies onto, or by finally doing some self-reflection about why they keep creating romantic narratives that don't exist. That's not your responsibility to manage. Your responsibility is to your own peace, your own energy, your own truth. You did exactly what you needed to do. If this reading resonated with you, drop a crown emoji or a sword emoji in the comments, so I know this message found you at the right time. I have another reading coming about cutting energetic cords with people who drain you that I think you'll find incredibly empowering. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Remember, speaking your truth isn't cruel, it's necessary. Standing in your power isn't being cold, it's being authentic. And you, my dear, are absolutely powerful in your clarity. I'll see you in the next reading.